the name of Allah, who is most merciful and most beneficent, who is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. Worthy Assistant Director Saab, my distinguished guests and my beloved teachers and dear fellow Sicilians, Assalamu alaikum. Today on this auspicious day, we are gathered here to mark the birth anniversary of a great leader. So my topic for speech is Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the great leader. A man who changed the course of history with conviction and clear vision. We remember a leader who was a legal luminary, a top-notch politician, and the founding father of Pakistan is none other than Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Sir, Muhammad Ali Jinnah worked from dawn to dusk with zeal and zest, passion and perseverance to have the Muslims recognized as a separate nation, even when his health was eroding and his strength was steadily slipping. His resolve remained rock solid. He did not retreat, he did not relent, and through tireless struggle and sincere sacrifice, he ultimately achieved his goal, the creation of Pakistan. Sir, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, once known as the great ambassador of Hindu-Muslim unity, became disillusioned by the policies and prejudices of the Congress. With wisdom and foresight, he redirected his efforts towards securing a distinct and dignified identity for the Muslims of that time. He explained this reality with reason and resolve when he said, and I quote, "We are a nation with every definition of the word nation. We are a nation with our own distinctive culture and civilization, language and literature, art and architectures, names and nomenclature, sense of values and proportions, laws and codes, customs and calendar, history and traditions, aptitudes and ambition. In short, we have our own distinctive outlook on life and of life. By all canons of international law, we are a nation. By all canons of international law, we are a nation." Sir, Mr. Jinnah wanted a nation and nothing else. A nation, not scattered groups. Unity, not disunity. Harmony, not cacophony. Cooperation, not conflict. Love, not hatred. He envisioned a Pakistan where diversity would exist, but division would disappear. With this spirit, he declared, "We are all now Pakistanis, nothing else. Not Baloch, Punjabis, Sindhis, Bengalis, and so on. And as Pakistani, we must feel and behave and act. And as Pakistani, we should be proud to be known as Pakistani and nothing else." Third, as a student, we must reflect upon the responsibility that Quaid-e-Azam placed on young shoulders. He believed in youth, trusted students, and treating education as the backbone of nation building. His message for us remains clear and compelling. When he said, "Pakistan is proud of her youth, particularly the students, who are nation builders of tomorrow. They must equip themselves by discipline, education, and training for the arduous task lying ahead of them." Sir, I would wind up my speech by quoting Mr. Lord Pethick, who said on the painful demise of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, "Gandhi died at the hands of assassin. Jinnah died by his devotion to Pakistan." Thank you for listening me. Pakistan Zindabad.